Welcome to our this online program called Sages of Sin. Viewers, we have also got another name of this program in our native language, Sindhi language, called Mudat Anokhiyandia. This is our third program. The previous two programs we did on the first program on Sheikh Ayaz, the greatest 20th century Sindhi poet, and also one other program on other Sindhi literary figure called Sayyid Aminabad Kafi. And this is our third program in journal, and this program is gonna be the second program in particular about Sindhi poet Sheikh Ayaz, the greatest Sindhi poet of 20th century of Sindh. So today in this program we are going to discuss the notion of life in poetry of Sheikh Ayaz. But before I take this lecture forward, I would like to tell you that my name is Munir Romki. I teach literature to postgraduate class students, and I have been associated with teaching and learning of literature for the last more than a half decade. So let me tell you the objective of this program today, that what we are going to discuss today. We will discuss the concept of life in poetry of Sheikh Ayaz, and to this poet there are several shades of life that we find in his poetry and his life philosophy. Earlier, this poet Sheikh Ayaz was agnostic and unknown about life, and he was always caught into the dilemma of what is of life and why of life. Means he was always entangled into two questions: what is life and why is this life? Moreover, we would also just bring under discussion Ayaz is a philosopher poet, is a poet of international stature, and the most learned poet, educated poet of Sindhi literature. He viewed life from all angles, and he does not confine the definition of life to a single sentence. He also explored the nature of human life. It means he talks about the mortality and duality of life that human beings are faced with. And sometimes this poet, Sheikh Ayaz, is also longing for immortality too. We find the evidences of this longing in his poetry too. Moreover, we will also bring under discussion that how did he spend his personal life, and that we will discuss through his poetry. We also find that in his personal life we find regrets, and that he often expresses regrets about the life too. And Sheikh Ayaz also addresses his readers too, that how they have to live the life. Means we would also discuss the moral message, the comprehensive message, the optimistic message, the detailed message, and the heart-touching message about life in poetry too. But besides all these, Sheikh Ayaz considered life sometimes dreams, sometimes like a chain, and sometimes he also considered life very beautiful. And whenever he felt the presence of his gorgeous beloved, he felt that life was worth living. Otherwise, his life was very barren. So Ayaz also called sometimes life, a story, simply a story whose beginning he didn't know, whose end he didn't know, and then he considered human beings storytelling animals. So these are the objectives of, you may call it objective of this program, today's program, that we will bring under the discussion. So moving on, first of all, viewers, let me tell you that Ayaz is a far-sighted poet, is a philosopher poet, is a well learned poet, he, remained agnostic. He remained unknown about the life, that what is life. So this question, what is life, seems to be the kind of a question for ordinary people like us, absurd one. But for the philosophers, poets, writers, and the wise men, this question is very vital, that what is life? And since we are ordinary people, so to us, this is life is more important than the question, what is life? Because we cannot have such rationality. We do not have such, approach to understand and display our disability sometimes, that what is life. The fact is that we people are ordinary, so to us, this is life is more important, that, what you are living, and you are engaged in daily activities of life. This is more important to us. But to poets, to philosophers, what is life, and the question of why this life, they are more important to them. So Ayaz poetry, Sheikh Ayaz poetry is an investigation into the inherent nature of the life itself, and he also explores that, what potential the human beings, as exalted creature of God, have to face the grim realities of life, or to escape from them. Well, moving on, let me tell you the first thing that Ayaz speaks about life, that he shows his innocence. He shows his, agnostic attitude, towards the life in the very beginning. The reasons may be perhaps several. Perhaps the age in which he lived was, full of chaos, disorder, and, uncertain conditions. He himself, during his life, he witnessed, partition of Indo-Pak subcontinent. He saw his own people being subjugated, being, oppressed under the, then, state, autocratic state or dictatorial state of, that period. What we find that Ayaz, as an observer of life, he earlier in the beginning of his life was very agnostic, and there are numerous couplets, in his poetry, which speak, volumes about his, attitude towards life. Now, some of the couplets I'm sharing with you, that how did he consider life in the beginning? जिंदगी रे गुजारा जय में चौ तरफ आरज़ू जा कांडेरा. No, it means that in the beginning, this poet felt that life was barren, life was, like a desert, and life was, full of wishes. And, depicting barrenness, inner barrenness, and external barrenness of life, he time and again, Ayaz uses the metaphor, or Ayaz uses the word, desert, and he associates it time and again in his, poetry with so many things. Now, again he says that Hayat Gureza Sarab Musalsal Azal Khaum means life is far away. The approach to understand the life is far away. And Sarab Musalsal. So there is, continuity of mystery or mysticism of life that human beings cannot understand, because human beings are not God, they are human beings, they are His creatures. Now, the curiosity the enthusiasm to search the reality of life remains curiosity till today. No any man on the planet Earth understood that what is the reality of life, that what is the a real true nature of the life of human beings. And perhaps in that context, Ayaz is speaking that Hayat Gureza Sarab Musalsal Azul Khaunyaaya Care Samjhe. So again Ayaz says that Arzu Ma Ka Nijat Na Manum Zindagi Tu Nijat Na Manum. Now this couplet is a testimony to the very thing that Ayaz was unknown about the life. As he expressed in this couplet that salvation from unlimited desires is impossible. There is no salvation from unlimited desires, and man is caught into desires. And Zindagi Tu Nizar Namani. O life, I do not know what is your reality. So much so that Sheikh Ayaz sometimes also, he lived around 74 years of his life, and in that 74 years of his life, he never came to the definite conclusion that what really life was, and even did not fathom himself out that who he was. This couplet is again the proof of this fact. As Ayaz expresses, Umar Guzri vai Ayaz ala Moola Jato Tamet Shayama. The poet spent entire his life, and yet he expresses his inability to understand that what life was or who he was. So in the beginning, Sheikh Ayaz's attitude towards life was agnostic, and he seems to be unknown about the external or internal reality of life. Moving on to our the other aspect of his notion of life in his poetry is that so he was caught into the dilemma of what of life and why of life. Mostly we find that in his poetry that he was caught into the these two questions from the very beginning. But Ayaz also considered and he had gloomy view of life too. So much so that it is generally said about Ayaz too that he's dubbed as an atheist too, because seeing the grim realities of life, seeing the bitter realities of life, he lost faith even in a supernatural power or a God. And we see that time and again the note of gloom and sheer dejection and disappointment in his poetry too. And he considers life to a bed of thorns, not roses. And this is the reason that time and again, as I said earlier, that this poet talks about the barrenness of life by using the a desert word again in his poetry. So on the surface, it looks that he's talking about desert that we go and visit or see its barrenness, but metaphorically speaking, or symbolically speaking, allegorically speaking, the poet refers to the barrenness of his life too. So to him, Ayaz, the human life was full of problems, full of questions, and the question that even he could not know their answers. And his life was full of whys too. The whys whose beginning he didn't know, the whys whose answers even he didn't know, and the people he referred to give him the answers of those questions. And why they could not even, give him the satisfactory answers. Ayaz considers life the bed of thorns, not roses. And there are, several couplets. After reading almost all books of his poetry, I have chosen in order to share with you. As I say that, अज तो थक जी पयो हाँ चौके सी जिंदगानी जो गाह गाया. Now look this again. This is gloomy, a reflection. His gloomy reflection about the life is thought. That poet says that he's tired. He's tired of wrangling, tired of the grim realities of life. And how long could he sing the song of life? He can't sing because he's tired. जिंदगी रे गुजार आ जाए में चौ तरफ आरज़ू अजा कांडेगा. Now, this poet says that life is like a desert, and all around there are only thorns of unfulfilled desires. There are thorns. So much so that he even sometimes called that he could not release himself from the pain, from the anguish, from the agonies of the life, and he was chained into the agonies of the life, and he expresses his pain too by saying that जिंदगी आहे जंजीर वांगुर यार ही कड़ीअ में कड़ो केर थींदो रहा. So according to him, that human life is like a chain, and it is impossible to release from that chain. Only the death can release man from all these problems and pains. Only death is a solution. Well, Ayaz views life from all angles, so much so that even he considers that not only human beings' life is full of bed of thorns, but also the other creatures of God do not enjoy the life too. As he says that जिंदगी जे रुञ में जख्मी हरण था पुकारन को वञी पानी भरण. जिंदगी जे रुञ में जख्मी हरण था पुकारन को वञे पानी भरण. No, even life is not even bed of roses for animals like injured deer, and who unlike men lack rationality. Their life is even also full of thorns. That poet is saying that injured deers are there, and somebody should go and bring the water for them to quench their thirst. Well, moving on, Ayaz also explores. Sheikh Ayaz is a philosopher poet, is a far-sighted poet. He also explores the nature of human life, the duality and mortality of human life, and he has many couplets to offer to express the duality and also mortality of life. Now, as he says about the duality of life, now what is duality of life? That the duality of life is that what life appears to us, it is external, reality. The internal reality, the man is unaware about it, and man does not know about it. As he says that, तो गुजारत किथे भगी आए, जिंदगानी सजी ठगी आए. Come what may, man is unable to comprehend, to fathom out the duality of life. And poet is asking that who is the man on planet Earth who knew or who's aware about the duality of life? Zindagani saji thagi aaye. Entire life is dual. You never know when the life can deceive you, even at the peak of or a pinnacle of your success. And I see this poet's farsightedness in the sense that Ayaz compares the duality of life with his beloved. Means when the duality of his beloved was exposed to him, he also started believing that life is also dual. As this couplet says, जिंदगी दी वफा तो ही मालूम, हाय तो दी वफा बिशानती. What a couplet. Poet is saying that I knew the duality of life, that life deceives man, no matter how strong the man may be, no matter how wise the man may be, no matter how athlete he may be, life would defeat him. जिंदगी दी वफा तो ही मालूम, हाय तो दी वफा पेशानती. Oh beloved, your even disloyalty was exposed. The duality was exposed like the light. Now, these were his couplets that spoke or portrayed the duality of life too. So let me, viewers, recap that what I have shared with you up to now. I have shared with you up to now that Ayaz was the greatest 20th century Sindhi poet, and his notion of life was not confined to a single sentence. He viewed life from all angles, always, and he observed different shades of life, and as a close observer of life, whatever he observed, and he reported the happenings of his everyday life in his poetry. And more importantly, that he was caught into the dilemma of why of life and what of life, that what is life and why this life is and for how long this life is. And I have also told you that he explores the nature of mortality and duality in his poetry too, about the human life. And now, taking our this lecture forward, let me tell you that Ayaz also, as he was a well-educated poet and well-learned poet, and often it is said about Ayaz that perhaps whichever the library he visited, he did finish, reading several books that other people were unable to read. So, moving on, the other aspect of his life that is that, Sheikh Ayaz also talks about the mortality of life too. I mean, he was very close observer of life, so he talks about the mortality of life too. That, as he said that, this is the problem. We human beings think ourselves that we are the most exalted creator. No doubt we are, but yet we do not know what is the real end of human life. That what is going to happen to us even after our death. Can human beings have another life or not? This could be known at the day of even resurrection. So in our ignorance, we begin to imagine ourselves wiser, but not knowing that this life is very short. Its nature is fleeting in the nature. Means life's nature is to flee, to run away. And there were, strong couplets, powerful couplets, the couplets that can, shake you when you read, as Ayaz expresses. Azlakha hali galadi tunji munji, hayat bashar, hik ghari tunji munji. What a couplet. When man gets birth, religious people, our parents, teachers, and people of, learned people, they all keep implanting, the idea in our mind that human life is very short. Human life is, here for a moment, and that moment, about that moment, even human being himself is unaware. Azlakha hali galadi tunji munji, hayat bashar, hik ghari tunji munji. So, there are other couplets too in which Ayaz also talks about the mortality of life, that You see, this is the thing that man thinks, earthly man thinks, that he has to live forever. How wrong is he? How in a delusion the man lives? How fallacious his, approach to life is. Often we people are well decorated and we, see ourselves suited, booted in the mirror, and we consider that we have to live in this world forever. Ayaz speaks that Hai so pal thid se khud khidne zindagi aina anjam. What a couplet. Mortal men think in the funfair of this world or alive, mortal men think that even mortal men think that they can live here forever. They are born to live forever, but no, they are wrong. They don't know the tragic kind of life, that it's fleeting in nature. Hai so pal thi dise. So pal thi dise, one moment. Not so pal, many moments. So pal means one single moment. Dise thi dise khud ke jane zindagi aina anjam. And how gloomy we become when this wisdom dawns upon us, that human life is very short. I raise this question, that people who adore life, and this earthly life, they must revisit to their choice. Because zindagi ke anya to chahi, ketru maut ka mathe hai. They are very brave people who love life to its extent, knowing the fact that death is inevitable. Man has to die very soon, and yet they love. Zindagani rago hikakikat hui, je chitayad so mot pal thi lagi. And now he's talking, this poet is talking about the reality of life, the fact of life, that earlier he was agnostic, he was unknown, and now this poet Sheikh Ayaz is saying that Zindagani rago hikakikat hui. When perhaps he reached to the, when he foresaw his death, perhaps he said in that context too, or he saw the deaths of other people occurring in. Perhaps, therefore, he said that to chahe zindagani hakikat hui. Je chitayad so maut pal thi lage. If we see that life seems to be a moment of death, because you are uncertain about life. You are never sure that how long you have to live here. Taking this lecture forward, now we will be talking that Ayaz sometimes also called, his life a dream. Since he was a romantic poet, so it is one of the distinguished qualities of romantic poets that in literature, that they are dreaming. They wish to fly over to live in an ideal, world, and because they want to run away from the crammed and crowded atmosphere of city life, and this the hustle and bustle of life, and they want to be there, imagining to be there and resting in peace, or they want to be in a self-contentment or a peace. So I sometimes call his life a dream too, and there are many couplets there which are proof that he was a dreamy in nature too. सारी जीवन माया सपनों ऐने सौ सपना वो सपना सपने जा सपना कैके गुड़ी हो. The entire human life is illusion, a dream, according to poet Ayaz. O dream upon a dream, what you are seeking, what you are searching for. And in the next couplet, Ayaz confesses that life was really a dream. How life is a dream? The life is a dream because as we watch dreams, We don't know how dreams, finish quickly, and they go. Dreams memory erases from our mind in a blink of an eye. असा मञो त ज़िंदगी फ़क़त ख़्याल व ख़्वाब आहे रवां दवा मिसाल मौज आब like the flow of water life continues to go and poet expresses that he has accepted confessed that life is simply a thought a dream and nothing else. And about his own life, he says that जिंदगी जब तक ख्वाब जियां गुजरी आब में महताब जियां गुजरी. That his life, it means he spent also a dreamy life. His life was spent in watching the dreams. And like the moon, shadow in the water. But from the very beginning, Sheikh Hayat, is an interpreter of the life, was very gloomy. He was caught into worries and problems and chain of unending pain. But yet somewhere there was something that he could also cheer up to, and he cheered up after seeing many bad days or bitter days of his life. As he says that जिंदगानी जो जाम पीऊं था ऐं जॾहिं जाम थो अचे टप ते. Now he's talking about wine of life, that cup of life comes to luscious lips. As he also is talking that, and reference of wine in his poetry is a frequent theme too. So, and the wine, theme refers to both gloomy aspect of life and also the entertaining aspect of the life. But in his poetry, we find that here he also says that "Zindagi ya sharab ji nahi ya, janji masti rawa dawa." Means life or wine, enthusiasm continues to go. जो विराहे मदाम मस्ती सो जिंदगी जो शराब है हमारा. Now here he claims that he's the entertainer of life too, that he's the one who serves the wine with others to sip it, to drink it, and enjoy the life. No, after so many gloomy things, now we find in Sheikh Hayat's poetry that he's talking about some sort of entertainment. At least there is something for him to cheer up, to smile at the problems of life. I have also considered, life sometime, like a story, and considered human beings as storytelling animals. And